we have Houston head coach Ronald Hughey. We'll start off with an opening statement.
Vic had his team ready to play. The one thing they wanted to do was what they always do, is rebound the basketball. They are top 5, top 7 in the country in rebounding, and that's what they did today. When you talk about, I think they had 42, 43, 44 rebounds. Talk about points in the paint and creating second chance opportunities. We wasn't tough enough in that area to be able to take them out of that. Madison Booker, got to her spot and made some pull-up jumpers, but again, you can live with that as long as you don't give up second chance opportunities on everybody else. And we didn't do that tonight, not at all. So again, the biggest thing is being able to understand that this is the Big 12 and there's no night off, that you have to play with toughness, and whatever you put on film, you have to be able to be accountable for that.
Coach, what makes Madison Booker such a tough guard?
Oh man, she can handle the basketball. Now you're talking about 6'1", close to 6'2". She can handle the basketball, and the thing about it is, she understands who she is. She's not out there trying to shoot threes. She's not a three-point shooter. She's not trying to be all explosive and get to the baskets, because she's not that fast to get to the basket. But she know how to make a pull-up jump shot. She know how to create some space to get that shot off. And that's the biggest thing about her. And she stays within that role. And so, again, when you talk about players that understand who they are and how they operate and what the team needs, she's right up there with them. I see how they didn't have too much of a drop-off when Roy went out, when they put her at the 1, because, again, the team is satisfied with her coming down and not even passing to anybody and being able to make those shots, because, again, that mid-range shot, which is obsolete now in college basketball, because everybody want to shoot the 3, even us, she's mastered it, and she's going to live there regardless of what anybody ever says about it. I heard some people in just commentating during the games that I watched, and it was talking about how she could be, much more of a player if she did this, she did that. She doesn't need to do any of that. She make buckets. She's efficient. She rebounds. She sits and tries to play defense best she can, stand in front of people. The one thing she got to do is get herself in better shape. She got a little winded, But again, they have people that can come in and sub for her. So, but yeah, she's a tough out. She's a tough out.
Coach, not being able to get a good start off, where did it all kind of like fall apart in that first half?
Yeah, it's right towards that, coming down that last 3 or 4 minutes in that second quarter, when the ball movement for us stopped a little bit, and they started to it started on the baseline out of bounds plays, throwing those lobs. They have some athletes, Deanna Gaston is one of the. I bet you if she was a high jumper, you'll be able to measure her, because again, she go up and get them. And then you talk about Muhammad, who didn't score a lot, but she kept a lot of balls alive. And then you talk about Aaliyah Moore, who's just a bully in there, just creating space, who can't even jump that high, but she creates space to get rebounds. And that's where it started at, with those offensive rebounds and putbacks. And so now you get those, and those are deflating because we defended the sets. So when they came off screens and all that kind of stuff, we defended all that, but we didn't finish with a rebound. And that's the frustrating part, because you gave up second and third opportunities to them when they didn't earn that. They went and took it from us.
Even though they're leaving, the way Coach Schaefer has constructed their roster, do you kind of pattern Houston going forward with your roster?
I'm sorry, say that again, Chris?
Even though Texas is leaving, is there ways you can see developing your roster kind of like Texas roster going forward?
Yeah, the first thing you have to do is you got to recruit. His Madison Booker is, top 20 in the country. Deanna Gaston, top 50 in the country. Amina Muhammad, top 50 in the country. Aaliyah Moore, top 20 in the country. Roy, top 10 in the country. So again, it starts with recruiting, getting those kids, and then you can be able to go from there. Taylor Williams, that was I think top 70 kid with the Oregon first or Oregon State, I can't remember, then transferred back, but another piece. And then they just surround themselves with some other good guards that are just understand their role. They were not trying to jack shots, they were not trying to do stuff. So again, everybody has size. One time they put out a lineup out there that was 6'1", 6 feet, 6'3", 6'3", 6'4". You know, so again, you have to understand that going forward in the Big 12, that's the kind of size and athleticism you got to have to be able to play and be able to compete in this conference.
Coach, most of the teams that have come into this building, that even you play against, they struggle in the first couple of minutes just because of the defense that you run. Why was that? You just mentioned the height effectiveness that UT was able to overcome that.
Yeah, and you know, Bria Patterson has a concussion, so she's a big part of what we do pressing wise. You got Cam on the ball and Bria the other one, so we can be able to apply pressure. Aaliyah Johnson still learning how we do things with the press and things like that, so we knew it was going to be a drop off on that end. And then we started Kiki, just because we wanted more length and athleticism to be able to match theirs over Naya, who's a little shorter and that kind of stuff. So again, now you're starting a freshman, so your press is going to fall off some. We didn't have many opportunities to be able to go and get them early. You know, still was able to force 16 turnovers, but again, it doesn't matter when you're not scoring or have an opportunity to score for those turnovers like we normally do.
Thank you, Coach Hughey.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.